All right, I'm getting the live link shared to Facebook, so we're going to get that over there.
And it looks like we are currently live.
Woo!
Oh, this is a little different now. They've added some new options on here that we haven't seen before. All right, Danny's getting all those links posted, so we'll be having some of our viewers hop on here hopefully soon. And it's March now. We have made it. January, February just zoomed right by. And
It is flying, I feel like.
I feel like March is already zooming by. This first week of March is just, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I thought we were only going to be a couple days in. No, it's March 7th. Like, we're a full weekend.
My goodness.
So, actually, intro time. We gotta do our intro. Hello, adventurers! Welcome to our March review, recap, live stream. I'm Sawyer.
I'm Danny.
And together we are
McPeek
McPeek Adventures. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. If we're new to you, hey, welcome to the channel. We hope you stick around, and we're going to basically just cover what we did in February around the Tulsa, Oklahoma area. We didn't go on any kind of like crazy travels
No.
outside of the state. So most of this is going to be kind of Tulsa related, with a few little outliers. And other than that, yeah, you ready to just jump into what happened last night?
Yeah, let's talk about, okay, so our goal is to do a live stream, and this is still experimental. This would be our third live stream going into like doing our well, we try to aim to do our videos, releasing them on each Friday, but if we already had it scheduled, if it was edited, scheduled, and just ready to go out into the world, it would have gone out. But last night was our first of the month live stream, and we were supposed to do it last night, but we live in Oklahoma, and what's nuts about that is weather is kind of unexpected sometimes. I mean, we knew a storm was coming, and they knew that it would be potentially bad, and it was wild for a while.
Can I paint the picture of kind of
Well,
what
yeah.
it looked like?
Okay, yeah. I do wanna step in at one part and just talk a little bit more about safe spaces in our
the
house.
whole week leading up to yesterday, they were talking about, hey, there's going to be a potential for severe weather. It looks like you're going to have an elevated risk for tornadoes Friday evening, Friday overnight. Be prepared. There's going to be tornadoes. There could be tornadoes. Somewhere in Oklahoma, there's definitely going to be tornadoes.
Okay. Going, like, we have lived here for a little over 2 years too, so this doesn't make us nervous. It doesn't make us scared. We have done all the prep that we can, so we just know, okay, the sirens may or may not go off. Let's make sure we have these items already ready to grab. So like it's not.
Yeah, we have basically a severe weather like checklist of here's all the tasks that we know we need to get done, and make sure that we have our safe spot like just already ready. So if the sirens do start going off, all we have to do is basically grab Sasha and go into our safe spot. And I said her name, and she appeared.
She's here. She's in
so
here.
All week they were talking about this bad weather that was going to be coming, and then as we were getting closer to our 7:00 time last night, we're like, wow, it's getting closer. Like this is going to be interesting. We're like, of course nothing's going to happen, like it'll be fine. We'll have just all the normal stuff to get done. We start prepping. We've got our list of topics that we want to talk about, and then at like
prepping. Hey, say hi, Sashi. Sashi got her nails trimmed today, and she gets very nervous about it. So her vet prescribed some medication, so she's a little loopy still.
She's a little out of it today.
Loopy. But anyway, we were prepping to do our live stream, and we were like looking at each other like, Oh,
This yeah,
should we do it from our phone from the laundry room and just like we're gonna do it no matter what and like make sure we're not on Wi-Fi because if power goes out, what are we gonna do? So
yeah, so normally about 30 minutes before it's time to go live, we sit down, we make sure we have all of our notes and everything good to go. Sasha, you just want to be involved.
she does.
So we're going through making sure that we're ready, and then the news comes on, and they're like, at 36th Street in Tulsa, there's a tornado right now, and we're like, okay, well, like we're not too far from there. Like it'll be okay though. And then a couple minutes go by, and they're like tracking this, and they're tracking it, and then the sirens start going off here. So we're like, oh, we gotta get in there now. So we like rush in there. We've got all the couch cushions from our outdoor furniture like piled up all around our laundry room and just all of the stuff that we want to make sure is in that room around us. And I'm
Well,
looking,
more so that if anything crazy happens, the cushions don't go flying and whatnot. But
I was gonna put it over my head.
I should have brought my bike helmet in.
Oh my god. But anyways, yes, on the news they're always like, if you have a helmet, go put your helmet on, like, because you don't want to get hit in the head with anything. So we're grabbing our stuff. I've got our laundry door open and I can see the TV, and we've got one weatherman up. Danny's got the iPad. We have a YouTube live stream that she's watching about the weather. And we're like, well, if the TV goes out, hopefully we will still be able to have the internet and the iPad going so we know like what's happening. And then
I also have a weather app that I was watching the radar on, which is related to the live stream that we were watching. Oh my
And then
gosh.
like all of our phones start going off, getting all these different alerts. Like stuff just it just seemed crazy. Like there were just alerts happening
And by then
everywhere.
it was like 6:58. And we're like, oh my gosh. So that's when you got that beautiful picture where I'm like,
And
like
then
we need to let them know we're not doing a live
and then we're
stream
like,
here.
like maybe it's not actually gonna like be right around us, and we can just go back and like run to the computer with 2 minutes left, and we can just start the live stream. And then all of a sudden, the weather guy's like, "Hey, this spot right here on the map. If you live here, like, watch out! It's about to be on you." And we're literally like, "He's pointing at our neighborhood on the map right now." Like, I think we're just gonna have to skip the live stream today and stay in the laundry room. So
Anyway, we do we do have our like we have a binder with like all of our information, like all of our stuff that we might need to know if anything goes crazy, like if we lose our computers or if if the worst case scenario happens, like we have our safes, we have like our go bags that we have prepped, like we have Sasha with her, we had just bought her a new bag of dog food, so it was already in there. We have water bottles, like the laundry room is not big enough for all of this stuff, but we were just like, okay, gotta grab this, gotta grab this, gotta this, get in there, and it's chaos because our laundry room is not huge, as I just said, but
yeah, it's not
we
like
gotta get all the things that we need from like one room over into that room because it's the innermost room of our home.
it's not really set up as a space to
No.
just keep all of this stuff all the time. So it's like, hey, if we know the weather's changing, we need to prepare the room ahead of time.
Yeah.
But so the sirens go off. It ends up like nothing crazy actually happened here at our house. There were posts coming out from the police like right afterwards, like there's debris everywhere, like all kinds of wrecks. Stay home. So we're like, we're just
Mhm.
gonna stay at home. But then a few hours later, they made some posts that actually, hey, there's not any damage that they were seeing anywhere that was immediately right around us. So there are some spots closer to where the tornado actually like started down at 36th Street where there was a lot of damage. There were like the roof was torn off of a college building and
Yeah.
just, the kind of regular stuff that you would see after a tornado with, debris everywhere and things like that.
Mhm.
But as far as like our actual house and our neighborhood, there wasn't any damage that I saw. I didn't see anybody when I was out today, around that was having to like pick up the roof or anything
Yeah.
like that. So
I don't even think I saw any fences down. Usually that's the first thing that will go is like everyone, the wooden fences will just be on the ground. So
yeah.
I didn't see any of that, but I mean,
So
we're good. Everything's good.
we
It was
came,
just
yeah, we
scary
came
for a
back,
while.
came back out of the room, and we're like, well, maybe we'll just go live, a little later. And then the power started flickering on and off. So
We're like,
we're like,
we're not plugging in the computer. Not happening. Sorry, guys.
yeah. And then we were like, well, what happens if we just try to do it, from the laptop, and then all of our lights go out? We're gonna do a live stream by
Candlelight.
flashlight. Yeah.
Well, it'll be like Scary Story where you just have it underneath. Like,
Yeah, I'm sure that'd be great.
in February, this is what we did.
So let's see.
Okay.
We did all that. Oh, and then so this was the other wild thing. Then it's about 12:30 at night or morning, however you want to consider it. I'm completely asleep. Danny's been playing on her Switch all night. And all of a sudden the sirens start going off again, just out of nowhere. And I'm like,
And that sound is like, it's like that alarm clock sound that nobody wants to wake up to. It's just like, boop, and it's just terrible, terrifying. And you're like, ah.
yeah. And I've jumped out of bed. Danny comes running from the living room. We've got Sasha go into the laundry room. We pull up our phones and we're like, there's not even any rain or anything on the radar. Like, what's
I
happening
still
right
had
now?
the weather up too. So like they were not stressing about our area at all.
Yeah,
And
they
I'm like,
weren't saying anything. And then later, like, there's all these notifications of people that are like, what's going on? Like, why is the siren going off? And then the city's like, oh, sorry, we were resetting the alarm from earlier and we accidentally triggered it to go off again. So that was like a terrifying false alarm that happened in the middle of the night. But you can never just ignore those here in Oklahoma. So anytime you hear the siren, you should always be like, this could be a real emergency. So
but anyway, that's what was happening
yeah,
last night. We're good. Everything's good. Our backyard, I mean, it sounded like there were some downpours, but like our backyard isn't even that flooded. Sasha didn't get super muddy today, so always a win when that is the case. But let's jump into our February recap.
yeah. What do we do in February?
Well, we started the month with a live stream, and I am personally enjoying doing these, even though I don't know, it's not an adventure necessarily, but I feel like it allows us to kind of connect with people that like to watch our content, and I don't know,
I like
like to,
talking about what we've done,
yeah,
because we never, like, we go out and we do the stuff and then we post a video, and then it's not like we really have like a reflection point to kind of be like,
mhm,
hey, here's, on top of the video all these other things that I thought about it, or like, here's how the experience went, or what I was
yeah,
expecting versus like how it really was.
mhm.
So this is kind of a fun place to do all
So I
that.
feel like our videos are more so like, let's show you this thing and let's kind of share highlights and information, so it's more educational, more like kind of more of an encouragement of, hey, we want you to come check this out, because we do not show everything that we're seeing in every video, so there's still some mystery to it. But yeah, so we started February with a live stream, and our first video that we put out for February, what it was, and it was planned but not planned, so it was kind of a true adventure. We don't usually do food videos, like, I don't know, I just don't really like people watching me eat, so but we went to a Cajun place, called T. Johnny's Seafood and Cajun Market in Coweta, Oklahoma, and they get their crawfish and their food basically shipped directly from Louisiana. I think a new truck comes in every single day of live crawfish, and then they
It
boil
doesn't
it.
always have crawfish on it, just depends on kind of what's available from Louisiana to send
Oh,
up.
well, I
So
mean,
it said that they've got trucks coming up daily. I don't know if the crawfish is always
but
on
like
them, but
just like as a person that kind of like pays attention to everything going on, that's what it seems like. But guys, we went and had a crawfish boil at this place,
it
and
was so good.
if you watch the
So
video, I
good.
don't remember if we talked about how much food we ordered, thinking that we would be able to consume all of it ourselves. But basically, they had a pound. They had a 3 pound of like crawfish, and we opted for the 5 pound, thinking that
We did ask though. We were like, "Hey, we definitely want to do the crawfish boil. Should we go 3 pounds? Like, is that going to be enough, or do we need to go bigger?" And the lady said, if you just get three, you're probably gonna be hungry, later. So we're like, fine, let's do it. Let's get the five
mm,
pound. And then when we actually got the food and Danny poured it out into the foil pan, I was like, holy smokes! Like 5 pounds of crawfish
I was
is
like,
a
I think we
lot.
made a mistake.
I was like, what other like
Because
200 of them?
like not only are you eating it, but you also it's like getting crab legs. You have to literally crack it all open yourself, and it's
Gotta
like
get the vein off.
Sawyer has a thing about shrimp and crawfish. He likes to remove
What
that
are you talking
because
about? Shrimp?
you do it to
Shrimp
shrimp.
cocktail doesn't have that. You just have the little
I
tail.
thought you peeled something off shrimp.
No, we already get it peeled. I don't know. Danny's making up stories now, but on the crawfish, I definitely don't eat that little dark thing. No.
He thinks it looks suspiciously like something,
Yeah, not doing it.
and you don't
I'm
want to eat it.
also some people like suck the head of the crawfish. I'm not doing that either. It just seems gross to me. I'll put the crawfish head on my finger, but I'm not gonna eat the brains of the crawfish.
I think it's just a personal preference, honestly.
But
But
anyway, their food, it was so good.
the place is it's like it's a storefront, and it's you walk in and it's like Louisiana, and you're like, whoa, this is awesome. They got like Louisiana themed music, New Orleans like stuff in there. I mean, it was right before Mardi Gras, so they had like beads and all that kind of stuff in there, and it was
King cake.
oh yeah, they had some king cakes.
It's also a Cajun market, so they've got all kinds of different meats and everything that you can buy from their
Mhm.
refrigerator section. They've got like different sides.
Oh, if you want to do your own boils, they have stuff for all of that
Yeah,
too.
you can even buy the crawfish that's live there and
Mhm.
take it home to make the boil. So I mean, it's not like just the spices, it's like the whole thing. Like you can get
Mhm.
everything you need there.
Yep. It's
But
pretty neat place. We were like, you know what? Let's go to T Johnny's, and we'll make a video. It was so busy. Like the place is so popular. They sell out of food. But we swear if you go, it's worth it.
yeah, there was a line there
I've
the
already been
entire
like, can
time.
we go back and only get 3 pounds, please?
I think it took us what, an hour and a half to eat 5 pounds, and I just couldn't stop eating it. Like the flavor was so good
Yeah.
that once you start eating it, and then we had two different dipping sauces, and it was good. I've literally thought about it at least once a week ever since we
I
were
know. I'm
there.
like, we need to go back.
It's such a good flavor.
So delicious.
So if you like crawfish, definitely go and check that out. They do also have things, like shrimp and crab and the crawfish though. That was what I wanted. It was awesome.
It was awesome. And we will go back and we will tell people to go try it because we liked it. So we hope you would like it
Yeah, so the
too.
next video that we made in the spirit of the Winter Olympics, we tried out our best ice skating moves. We went to the We Street Ice Center. It's in the old Promenade Mall. Promenade. One of those is the right way to say it.
It's like in Kansas City. Some people say the plaza and
The
some people say the plaza.
plaza.
We I don't know. Either way, so it was in a mall that no longer functions as a mall promenade.
Yes.
Anyway, we went ice skating, and we also like they have a bar and grill in there. They have
Pucks.
yeah, it's called Pucks. Um, they have an arcade. They have like a little museum of autographed items that a what was his name?
Oh, I knew you were gonna throw out
Oh
specific
no,
names, and I do not.
Scott something. But anyway, it's an experience. I mean, if you're not going there to skate, you just kind of want to go with other people that are skating. There are other things to check out. There was some, I think, not intramural. There were some hockey teams that were in there
I think
doing
it was intramural or like
some
adult, like rec league. They have two
hockey.
different big ice rinks that when we first got there, there were games being played on each one of those. And then one side actually has like some pretty nice like stadium seating that you would expect, if you were going to like a big arena. And that side, that rink is actually the one that the Tulsa Oilers hockey team practices on. And they actually just had, I believe it just happened. They just had their game that was there. So instead of having,
Was it today?
I don't remember the exact
I don't
date,
remember the
but
date.
instead of playing at the BOK, they did like a special one-off event that was going to be held at their practice facility. So like it's a real like professional ice rink, and that side is set up, if you wanted to just go and watch some other people play, you could. They do have different like training. So if you wanted to learn how to ice skate, you can do that there. They had some curling
Mhm.
stuff set up, and I think it's just basically any kind of like skating that you're into or want to
So
get
if
into
you want to take
hockey.
skate lessons, hockey lessons, like those are all like on their website if you are interested in wanting to learn any of that. So we think that it was a really cool place.
Yeah, and the restaurant, so since it's up on the second level, basically there are windows along each side. So when you're sitting there, if you pick one of the window tables, you can just watch like right down to the rink. So you can eat your food and watch the game at the same time. So that was like really cool to
But it's
see just how they had that set up.
yeah, it's a sports bar though, so it has TVs everywhere. So if there are football games, hockey games, baseball, I mean the Olympics was happening when we were there, so they had the Olympics on like the bigger screen. But it's a this whole experience was super fun
Yeah. And
and
so
terrifying, as I said probably a million times because skating is scary.
yeah, the free skate was wild because I wasn't sure how busy it was going to be. And we got there and it was like birthday party city. Like there were just kids everywhere. And
And they're brave.
they're just
They just
going.
go for
Yeah.
it.
And you'll get out there and you'll be like, oh, I hope I got my balance. And then you'll just see some kid go like flying by. And I'm like, wow, that kid is like doing way better than me. And
And
then,
then like penguin slide straight into a wall. And you're
yeah,
like, wow.
then right after that, just boom, some kid just wipes out on. I'm like, holy smokes, I don't want to hit the wall that hard.
Oh gosh.
So it was crazy to see, but you're just kind of going around, out there at whatever your own pace is. I was going pretty slow, and there were some people that were there that you could tell like I skate a lot, and they're just like going backwards and doing figure eights. And I'm like,
Mhm.
man, they're legit. Me, not so much. So, I mean, for two old people, we did pretty good. If you look at the average age of what was out on the ice, like we were some of the oldest people probably,
Okay. 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 Fine.
because there
Fine.
were probably what 50 like under 10-year-olds out there, and
Probably.
us and a couple other adults sprinkled in. But it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. And if you haven't gone and you want to try something new and you haven't ice skated before, that would be a really good place to try that out. You could get skate rentals there. They have uh like a not a gift shop, like a
It's a
gear
pro
shop,
shop.
a pro
Pro
shop.
shop.
So if you are wanting to play hockey or get into ice skating, they do have skates. They do have all the things that you might need in that shop.
The pads, the sticks, the
Yeah,
gloves,
all that.
the
But
bobbleheads.
we got a couple bobbleheads. But also they have Oilers gear.
Yeah,
So the football team and the hockey team both
which are
have
both called the
gear.
Oilers
Yeah,
because they're owned by the same person.
yeah.
So, but that was a really fun experience. I didn't know exactly what to expect, like I said, getting into it, but it was great.
Mhm.
Just the whole building seemed like it's really well taken care of. The ice was great. They have the Zamboni come out every once in a while, smooth stuff back out, and it looked like everybody there was having a blast. So I
Agreed.
would I would recommend it, and especially coming up in Tulsa, during the summertime, it just gets so hot here. So that is probably a great thing to do to, you know, beat the heat. Just go out there and hang out on the ice.
Let's check some comments. I keep seeing a few pop up.
Comments. Hey, Van Johnny's watching us. Shout out to Josh Van Johnny. This guy has been,
He's been with us since the beginning.
yes, for ages. And it's just been really cool because we've been watching his page too. He plays guitar, makes really great music. We've also been watching on his other social medias, and he's been going around and doing a lot of adventuring himself out where he's at. And it's just awesome to see other people, showing off their talents and doing what they do. So big shout out to Josh. We definitely enjoy having you around and just seeing your comments. You're great. We really appreciate
Part
you.
of the fam. Part of the fam. But Kelly.
Oh shoot!
What?
Oh, thanks, Josh. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Super cool.
That's so nice.
Josh is great. I see Kelly said hi to Sasha. We did have Sasha in here at the beginning of the video.
She's a little I don't
She's
know.
just a little out of it. She had some new anxiety medicine to try today for nail clipping, and
She's a little wobbly.
yeah. And then
yes, we do need more mud bugs.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. The crawfish was so good. So good. Oh, Josh, you missed the tornado related news right at the beginning. So
give him a quick
very quick rundown. We were about to go live last night. We had everything prepped. We were about to come in, sit down on the computer, and then the news was like, tornado on the ground.
Get to your safe spot if you live in this area. And we're like, we live in this area.
We're just barely outside of like where it's at, but there's potential it could come here. And then we were getting closer and closer to going live. And then the weatherman's like, if you live right here, get to your safe space. The sirens start going off, and we're like, okay.
I'm like, we
have no time to go live now. So we got in our safe space. We waited. The sirens were going off, and even though they were pointing like right at our neighborhood, we got very lucky, and there's no damage to the neighborhood. There's not even really that is like right by us in the surrounding areas. I don't know if the tornado just like went back up and jumped over us or what happened, but luckily we had no damage. But it was definitely scary at the time because
it just felt like, oh no, is this going to be the time that something happens?
Yeah,
and I was like, I'm not going to say anything because I'm trying to keep Sasha like from not being. She was being so good. She just laid down in there on her blanket. She was breathing a little hard, but like you're doing good. We're doing good. We're okay.
So we got through, but then we just had, like the lights were flickering and things like that. So we didn't want to go live and then have to start it and then immediately have something happen and be like, oh, well, it looks like we're going to cancel because the power just went out. Yeah. So,
but safe and sound, all good.
So all good. Yeah.
Oh, I should have mentioned this earlier. We learned something, and I'm so glad we learned this. Like, we saw one of the storm chasers was showing a video of a funnel coming down from wherever he was, and they're saying it's on the ground. I'm like, no, it's not. But I guess technically, if it's between the cloud and the ground, it's like if the funnel is here and the ground is, that's terrible. Sorry. If it's halfway from the cloud to the ground, it's considered on the ground.
Yes.
And I'm like,
the weatherman said if it gets past the 50% point, so if it's closer to the ground than it is the sky, they consider it on the ground just because of sometimes you can't always see what's happening exactly, but they want everyone to be safe. So they want to immediately declare like, get in your spot because
the winds could still be.
Even though you don't see it, it could potentially just boom, like it's on the ground. So that was something new that we learned.
But anyway, yeah. Safe and sound. It was a little scary, but yeah, we did it. We got through it.
And it's really weird around here because you just hear people are like, "Hey, it's tornado season!" Like it's so strange.
It's
like
just
people
a thing.
just
it's
like
just a thing.
It happens every year, tornado season.
But we're prepared, not scared. We got this. We know exactly what we need to do. So good to go.
And we had one more video in February that we did that we need to talk about.
We do need to talk about this because more things happened after what we filmed that day. So we went to the biggest car show that happens annually here in Tulsa called the Daryl Starbird Rod.
National Rod and
Ugh,
Custom Show.
it's quite a name. So we, in our intro and outro, guys, we probably filmed it several times because we kept blurring the name of it. But I think like if you go and search their social media, it's just Starbird Car Shows. So we could have just said that, but it was our first time going to this car show. It was at the Tulsa Expo, which is also like Tulsa Expo Square hosts so many things. It's where the Tulsa State Fair is. It's where a lot of the like Disney on Ice also happens at that time.
Like the boat
Rodeos,
show.
all the things. All the things happen here. But this was the biggest. It's the biggest building. It was packed, like between all the cars and the people. It was like insanely packed.
But it was great. Like there were so many awesome classic cars, and there was a wide range of just like everything. And you're walking through, and it was so busy. Like, so you have cars, you know, that are basically facing each other, and you have the aisle in the middle. And if you're on the right side, you can look at the cars to your right. But if you wanted to see the left, there's just a steady line of people that are coming here, and you have to get to the end of the aisle and then jump over and come back down the exact same aisle just on the other side to see stuff, because there were so many people there, and there wasn't really any spot to just be like, hey, I'm going to stop and just talk about this specific thing, because the line of people just
Yes.
kept going.
Oh, like before we even got there, we pull into like the fairgrounds is what I'm just gonna call it. There were no parking spots open in this like, but there was an event going on in this building and in this building and in this building, and I'm like, are we gonna even be able to go? Because this is nuts. But anyway, it was popular. It was packed. Like people love this thing. So it has, other than like the beautiful cars, it has events that happen. It has pinup contest. It has, oh gosh,
They had a burnout contest. We
mini
found,
bikes.
yes, they had a mini bike drag racing, which that was really fun to watch. We've got a couple clips of that that were in our video, but just to see all these grown men down there on their tiny little mini bikes. And then there was this one, it was hilarious because it had like a wheelie bar behind it with these wheels. And I was like, why would you have that on a mini bike? Like that doesn't make any
We
sense to
learned
me.
why.
And then they get down there and everybody's revving up their engines, you know. And as soon as the guy is like, go, then this dude guns it and his bike just wheelies the entire length of the track there. And I was like, he was actually flying. Like,
Yeah.
dude was doing good. But I was not expecting to offer this thing to just be like, "Vroom," and just take off.
Well, you're like, interesting. That's interesting. And then you see it and you're like, oh,
Yeah,
oh,
it
that's cool.
makes sense now.
That's
But
cool.
because at first I was like, "There's no way that actually does anything,"
Yeah.
and then literally every time the guy rides it, it's just wheelies.
Mhm.
But they had this whole area that was set up. It had basically the big concrete pieces you would see on the highway to like divide the traffic.
Barriers,
Yeah,
concrete barriers.
so they had that set up. That was the area where the drag racing was. They had something that we didn't stay for called, it was like the Hoonigan show or something, where
Yeah.
I think they just do a bunch of, you know, like crazy
Stunts.
burnouts and
Stunts, yeah.
drifting around, things like that. The lower area had all of the rat rods and like these custom cars. It looks like they were out of Mad Max.
Yeah, I was gonna say think Mad Max or like Burning Man or like, you know, desert type.
Yeah, and it's just like it's crazy stuff because they just like whatever theme each person wanted, like they were just fully committed to it, and like that was what the car was. So we walked around, we saw just so many very nice cars, so many unique cars.
Mhm.
Every car there was great. We did find out afterwards there was actually an outside part to the event that I don't know if we just skipped by it or what happened, but I guess there was like monster truck rides you could have done. Had no idea, but there were so many people, and we were just trying to get through. We've spent hours there, and it was great. And unfortunately, that night there was a incident with a demolition derby where a car actually like plowed through the barrier. One of them wasn't secured, and it hit the crowd. But
So they had the barriers, but then they also had like a fence around it. So, and we were like,
we did our intro right where it
we did our
happened.
intro. There was this rat rod bus that was right there where that incident happened. And I just remember like we were there for a handful of hours, and I was like, you know what? I think it's time to go. Like I'm feeling like we get it's just time. Sometimes you just feel like you've seen all you can see. So we head home, and like a couple hours later, I was probably playing my Switch or something, and Sawyer was in the other room, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, check your phone! I just sent you something," and it was a video of one of the demolition derby cars just meow, and
Yeah, the fence
I was
went
like,
flying, like it hit the bus van thing that we were standing
we
right
were
at.
just standing there like hours ago, which is absolutely nuts. But I
Luckily,
yeah,
nobody died. There were no serious injuries that I heard about. There were a
no,
couple people that did end up going to the hospital, but everybody was patched up, like good to go. But it was,
that's so scary.
yeah, it was crazy. So, I hope everybody that was involved, has gone through it, is
Everything's
completely
been
healed and is good to go. Cause it was crazy just to see that had happened. And
yeah.
then when we were editing our video, we're like, oh wow, this is exactly like where that happened at. As we're like, hey, welcome to the video. So just crazy.
Absolutely insane. But anyway, so those were T Johnny's, We Street Ice Center, Daryl Starbird were the three like adventures that the adventure videos that we put out onto our channel. But we did go see some coffee shops and some other cool shops in the area. Do you want to talk about
Sure,
those?
the coffee shop. So I had to write it down because, like I said, I butcher every title.
We like to find because there's so many. Like if you just Google search a coffee shops near me, and they're like not the obvious ones that are like you can find a ton, especially in Tulsa. So
So the first one we went to was Chloe Lee's Coffee and Bakehouse. This place, we walked in and they just had this giant cabinet of all of these little pastries and like
mhm.
sweets and goodies that you see and you're like, those look so good. Like, is it even real?
I
Because
saw one and I said that's mine right there. That's
like all of the stuff in their display looked so good.
yes.
So we
If
tried
you need
out
yourself a little sweet treat,
I basically
yeah.
I get an iced caramel latte or iced vanilla latte everywhere we go, but they brought out our drinks to us, and if you're there, like staying there to enjoy it, my latte actually came in like a legit glass. Like I was not expecting that.
And it was
So
around Valentine's Day too, so they had these straws that were like
it was a
shaped
heart
like a
shape.
heart, and you
Yeah.
drink out of it.
And I thought it was just like, a little disposable straw. And then when I went to stir my drink, and then I was like, wow, this is really sturdy. And I was like, I can't believe that just the high quality, you know, pieces that they give you there. The cup and the straw, I was like, oh, this is
I
this is
think
impressive.
that's where I got so they have uh unique coffee flavors of the month, and I think mine was blueberry
Yep, that
muffin.
sounds right.
It was pretty darn good.
So definitely enjoyed it.
That one is in Owasso, and
Yes.
I think it's newer. It hasn't been here in the area for it's newer. But
The next one that we went to was Drip City Coffee.
mhm,
And that place, it had a
in
totally
Tulsa.
yes, had a totally different vibe to it. You walked in there and I don't it just felt cool. Like I
It
thought
did.
everything about it was cool. They had a mannequin even that was all decked out in their gear. Like it had
All their
the
merch.
hoodie, the sweatpants, like They had
Yep.
music going, and coffee again was great. Our breakfast was very good. The bagel sandwich, delicious.
Mhm.
Like,
I just got a bagel and cream cheese, but bagel and cream cheese is like, okay, but it was delicious.
but a bagel and cream cheese, I don't know, it was so good. My sandwich was so good. It was made with the everything bagel, and
Mhm.
yeah.
We had a great experience at Drip City Coffee. We also went to a place that is, I would say they've been around for over a
I don't
year,
think
maybe a
no, I
couple
don't think it's
years.
been no. Luchador's pretty new.
Okay, so another place in Tulsa,
Lucha, lucha,
Luchador
lucha.
Coffee. If
So
you are in the Tulsa area, go see this place, especially if you enjoy wrestling or luchador wrestling, because the place is okay. Go ahead, explain. He's the mural guy. He loves murals, so this place has that. But first,
so
react.
as soon as you walk in, off to the right, the entire wall is just all kind of just great artwork that's been done. V Nice World is the Instagram account of this guy that does just crazy murals, and there's just some awesome luchador artwork. So luchador is essentially like a
Mexican
Mexican
wrestler,
wrestler. Normally, they're known for doing high flying tricks. A lot of them
acrobatics.
wear masks. So, like, one of the big things is like you just never really know the identity of the luchador. So even when they like leave their house and they're not wrestling, but they're out in public, like they're always in their mask. So you never know like who the person is. Like, it's just part of the mystery. But they had a whole section of like masks that they were selling. They've got some awesome stickers. I thought I had them laying in here,
Yeah, I'll grab
but
him.
they had some stickers of some luchadors, and they've got little like coffee beans, and
It's so
I was
cute.
like, this is so cool. But I'm a huge wrestling person, so being there, I just felt like it was awesome.
You walk in and it's definitely like, whoa, this is awesome.
Yeah, it's unlike any other coffee shop that you
But
walk into.
it's not even a huge place, but it had that impact of, whoa, I got a churro. Oh, I love me a churro.
I got a chorizo quesadilla, and it was so good. I think I talked about it the entire day after we had it, but
It's like, we're going back there. I have to have that again. And
yeah.
it's like, okay,
I'm
okay,
a huge
we'll
fan of
go.
chorizo, and I feel like you don't find a lot of places that have chorizo on the menu. So when I saw that they had the chorizo quesadilla, I was like,
And it
that's got my
wasn't
name all
spicy.
over it.
It had good flavor because I think you gave me a bite, but it had good flavor. So
And I got another iced latte, of course, but I had them add the marshmallow topping around it, and that thing came out, and it was amazing. It was so cool.
uh-huh.
Just
What did I get? I don't remember.
I don't remember exactly either. I just know I looked at my cup and I saw
I don't
the
remember.
marshmallow like melted all around the top and everything. I was like, this is gonna be a great experience.
I
So
think mine was
Luchador
like,
Coffee in Tulsa, definitely give them a try. They've got a bunch of different like Mexican pastries, and a lot of
and they make
their
them fresh
yes, and then a lot of
there.
their drinks are themed as like different wrestling moves. So it's really cool. I did see they just made a post about for March. They've got different, St. Patrick's Day drinks. But if you're interested at all, I would highly suggest just stop by Luchador Coffee, give them a try because it's awesome.
Got some comments popping in. Oh
Let's
yeah, so since we have hit our 1,000 subscribers and we can monetize now, which don't get crazy about it. We're not actually money is not flowing into our bank account or anything yet. Uh we
not even close.
I think we're at like $11 or something since we got our 1,000. But what was I gonna say?
Ads
Oh,
probably.
ads. We really don't have control over where they go. So sorry if you're getting ads that are popping up.
There are different options. So a lot of the times you can either pick if you want it to just be at the beginning or if you want mid-roll ads. on all of our regular videos, we've been trying to just keep it to, if it's going to do something, just do it at the beginning, because we know, like, when you're watching stuff, how annoying it is when an ad pops up. But on the live streams, they don't really give us control that I found yet. I think this is the first live we've done since we've been monetized, and all of the ad options were totally different
And
on
we're like,
it compared to the video. So I
what
was
do we
like,
do?
I guess we'll just go with this option and see what happens. But if you think that we are getting rich off of YouTube, it's like far from it. So
No. And I
yeah,
think we have
not
to like hit like $100 in that like rolling thing until we can even
yeah.
do
I think
anything with
before they
it.
even give you any
So
money, you have to make it to $100. So we got a long way to go. But we're not in it for the money. We're in it for
right,
the
right,
adventures. So
right.
I see we've got Kevin on here.
Kevin!
Hey, Kevin, I think you've got Planet Comic Con coming up. We will not be there this year. It'll be the first time in like
Ages.
forever that we won't be in Kansas City for Planet Comic Con. But we hope you have a blast, because the G.I. Joe group there is always awesome to see.
Oh,
Oh, Kevin won't be there either, but the G.I. Joes will be there. To all our friends in Kansas City, Planet Comic Con is like the best, I would say, pop culture Comic Con event in the Midwest.
hmm.
Definitely check it out if you get a chance.
Uh, if if you don't enjoy crowds, avoid Saturday. Try to go on Friday or Sunday because Saturdays get nuts.
Yes.
Just like the car show, it was probably just like that. But there were a couple new shops that popped up, and we stopped by because we wanted to go see those. First one was Meadow Market Books. It is located in Tulsa on Cherry Street, and it was previously the building was a flower. It was
Yep,
called
it's a flower
the
shop.
gas pedal. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It was a flower shop before that, and then I think originally, so the building is like it's not very big.
No,
Um, I think it was an old
there's
gas
probably a gas
station.
station way
I
back
think
in the day.
it was a gas station building a long time ago. But it is now a bookshop, and it's called Meadow Market Books. So we stopped in there and we met the owners and just chit
Bought some
chatted.
books.
We bought some books.
And they've been hosting, from what we learned from them, they've been hosting like some different like book meetup events
Mhm.
where they'll be like, hey, this is the book we're going to talk about, or this is the series we're going to talk about. And they just have been packing the place out with people coming and, just talking all about the books and what they loved or didn't love
Mhm.
about it, and just kind of like deep diving into it.
Yeah.
But it's really cool to see more bookstores popping up, because I feel like for a while it was like the big book industry was just dominated, by like two or three main book chains. And now you've got all of these smaller ones that are popping up. And it's just cool to see the reading community just growing. Or maybe it's always been there, but now you just hear more about it. So maybe it's that all the readers are like getting out and interacting. Like,
We're crawling out from under our books to go talk to humans.
yes, so it's a really cool.
We
Just
also read a lot though, so and I feel like when you read a lot and you enjoy seeing bookstores of large kind or small business kind, we just find ourselves in those environments more and more. But like even at work, I have met book people, and I'm like, huh, I get to talk about books with these people. So, but we love a good bookstore when it pops up, and we like to go visit and support, especially if it's a local small business. So, if you're in Tulsa, Meadow Market Books, go
it's
check
on
them
Cherry
out.
Street,
Um,
and that whole area is also very cool. So if you
yeah,
get a chance to go down there on Cherry Street, there's tons of great places to eat at. There's more shopping along there. They've even got, some ice cream,
hmm
if you
hmm
get hungry at the end of
hmm
your walking around. But
yeah,
yeah, it's definitely a cool place to visit. There's a couple different murals around the area. Very nice.
very Instagrammable.
Yes.
The other cool place we went to was called Bee's Knees Vintage, and I think it's also there's more to the name, but basically, Bee's Knees Vintage is a booth setup vintage. How do I say that?
It's like an antique
It's
mall.
like an antique mall. It's curated, but they have so much Pyrex. It's color coded. It's beautiful. I think they just had a Pyrex meetup like within the last few days. So,
It's at 26th and Harvard in Tulsa, and it's probably one of the most organized
yes, yeah.
ways to present all of the stuff at the antique mall. You know, like sometimes you'll go into one and it's like every booth is not even related at all, and they just have all this stuff like piled up, and it's like, oh, is it gonna fall on me if I like go to look at it? But this place, I mean, it was so clean from booth to booth, and it seemed to flow basically with if you're looking at cookware, like these are the cookware booths, and then it like transitions as you go, and
Mhm,
everything about it, it just felt really clean and
mhm.
inviting. And it wasn't a place where, you look at the jacket and you're like, how many times do I need to wash that before I can wear it? Everything there just, I don't know. It felt like a very clean but awesome, just vintage store.
We did take home some treasures, and I went in there with an intent. I did this on purpose. I knew we were going there, so I said, "You know what? I need a grandma candy dish on my desk at work, and I'm going to put grandma candies in it." So, I found one. It's beautiful. It's clear. I didn't buy like a green one or anything, but they did have green. And I filled it with the strawberry candies with Werther's caramels with it's been a hit because I
Root beer barrels,
root beer candies,
cinnamon disc.
strawberry and cream
No,
lifesavers,
cream savers.
cream savers. It's all it's great.
It's
It's
all
so
the
good.
all the stuff that you would expect your grandparents to have in the candy dish. Danny was like, "I have to get all of that for this. This is the whole purpose of this bowl."
Yeah, I'm the oldest one in my group at work, so
That
I feel like the grandma in my group.
that's why we felt like the old people at the ice rink, because literally we've got grandma dishes of candy. Oh, that's so
I'm
funny.
embracing it. It's fine. It's fine.
So we also did a challenge while we were there.
I approached Sawyer with this idea because I saw some other people doing it in like different instances. Uh, and I was like, oh, we should do that when we go here. So I said, okay, what do you think? Let's each choose a color and let's find items that are that color and kind of make a collage of those items. So I think my color was yellow.
Yep, and mine.
Mine was yellow. We did end up going to a second antique store and we changed up our colors and tried to do it there too. So we had a lot of fun with it.
My color is blue. And it's crazy when you have your color dialed in and you're like, I'm only looking for just blue. Nothing else matters. And
That's
you're
not
s-
really what I was trying to get you to do, but
but I couldn't not like it instantly. I was like, okay, challenge accepted. Like I will find every blue item that is in this place. And just going through, and if you're looking for like a specific color, you just start like going through like shelf by shelf, like looking at everything. So we were there for a very long time, but we had so much fun. And then after we got done, we just sat beside each other on the couch. We pulled up our phones photo albums and we're like, okay, are you ready to go through all these blue items?
mhm.
And then he's like, you ready to see all these yellow items? And I was like, how are you even going to find yellow? Like, what is going to be yellow?
At an antique store.
I mean, just because stuff is really old and it yellows over time,
No, no, no,
that
no, no,
doesn't
no, no.
count.
When I think of the 70s, yellow is a color I think of.
I
Okay,
wasn't expecting like a real yellow, like painted yellow stuff. It's just not a common color.
it is totally a common color.
I don't know.
Your mom's gonna side with me on this one.
I don't know. But you did have a ton of yellow stuff. I just was not expecting yellow to put up much of a challenge against blue.
Oh
Blue's
no,
blue's
yellow
everywhere.
was everywhere. But
It made it so fun though. That was incredible.
it
If
was
if
fun.
you ever go to an antique mall, give yourself some sort of a challenge like that to only look for, a specific color or like a certain type of item that you want to find. And once you actually start looking, you'll realize it's like everywhere.
Or you're like, you know what? We're gonna go in this store and we're gonna find every Elvis Presley.
Oh yeah, and
Or like
there's
just like anything just like that. It's just like I'm gonna find every whatever it is.
and then you might hit a period of time where you're just like, I haven't seen any of what I'm looking for. What's going on? And then it's like you find the first one, and then all of a sudden, everywhere you look, you're like, there, there, there. Like, where did this come from?
It's
All of a
like
sudden, it's
it's
everywhere.
like when you're car shopping and then you start seeing that car everywhere.
Yeah, once you buy the car, then now every person in the world drives the same car as you, and you're like, where was this before I picked it? Like, do they all have it because I have it now?
Yeah,
No.
that must be the reason.
Not at all.
Okay, we tried a restaurant in Tulsa that is, I would say it's Tulsa famous.
I mean, yeah.
It's called The Vault, and I don't know what style of food do. It's American food, I
Well, we went
guess.
there for brunch, so I don't know that.
So on the weekends, we learned they do brunch, uh, from when they open to when they close, which is not like
Well,
all
they switched to a
day.
dinner menu later in the day.
Oh, okay. I'm
But
uninformed about that because
but
we went during brunch.
we were there at a weird time. It was what, 1:30 in the afternoon or something?
Yeah.
I
So
think dinner starts at
we went
3.
and filmed something last week that we will talk about here in a minute with upcoming things. But we went to the vault. It used to be a bank. So they turned this bank into a restaurant, and it is a time capsule. Like you walk in there and you're like, whoa, I jumped back a handful of decades because like the architecture, it's
it's set up very weird.
mid century. It's got mint green bricks on the inside. It has it's just I don't know how to explain it.
It's set up where the lower level you would have where the building is, and then where they have kind of, I don't know what you call it, the carport, like where you would pull up to, the different things with the money tubes.
Mhm.
They have that where you can park, but then they also have a spot where you can go to an upper level parking garage. And when you walk up to the building, like when you first walked in, we were just so uneducated about how this whole thing worked because we've tried to go there.
There's the upper level where you can park, and then there's a lower level where you
Yes,
can
we've
park.
always just parked at the upper level because it seems like the cool thing to do. It's like inviting you. It looks like there's a fancy sign and stuff. So you go up there, and every time we had gone, which is probably 5 times, that we were like, "We're going to the vault," and you walk up, and it's like closed
Hi,
for
Josh.
a
Thank
special
you.
event. Hey, Josh, thanks for watching. So we pull up there and closed for special event. Well, we think now at this point, it may have just been the upper portion is closed because there's also a lower part to the restaurant that we didn't know was there till we were
They called, I
actually
think, the
inside.
upstairs the boardroom, and then the lower, I don't remember what they called the lower.
But you can either take the staircase from the parking garage area down, or once you go in the building, there's an elevator to get to the lower level. So
Mhm.
the whole place is just set up so retro, though, and it's really cool. I'd definitely say go by it, take a look at it, just, enjoy the retro vibes.
It was a neat experience. I would definitely like to go back again. But let's talk about what's coming up for March.
What is coming up for March? What did we do? How did we start our March?
We started our hold on.
What did we do?
Well, yesterday wasn't the first day of March, but we started by going and filming at the Museum of Tulsa History. So that video will be coming up this next Friday, and this was our first time going there. They, I think it was within the last year, they kind of rebranded their logo. They changed their name.
It was the Tulsa Historical Society, I believe, and now it is the Museum of Tulsa History.
Mhm.
So that experience, which you're going to see in an upcoming video, is very cool. Going into the museum, they had all kinds of awesome exhibits. But I want to go ahead and give a pre-video shout out to David, who was the CEO of the museum.
Is the CEO.
Did I say was?
Yeah, you said
Sorry.
was.
He is the CEO of the museum. We were in there for a little bit, talked to the guy that was working at the front desk. I feel like his name was Charles, but I could be getting that wrong.
Maybe.
Then we went and we were in one of the rooms looking at things. And I think that David had talked to the guy that was working the front desk, and then he came to talk to us and kind of gave us a little spiel about the museum. And we were telling him, how we have a YouTube channel and stuff. And then he like dropped everything that he had going on to give us like a personal, just guided tour, took us through the entire thing, told us all kinds of different facts, and he was so cool. Like it was awesome that he just like wanted to share all of this
Yeah.
knowledge. We had tons of questions for him, and we walked around with him for a very long time. And eventually he was like, "Hey, I've got to go like run some errands,
But I'll
like
be
for
back."
the day, but I'll be back. And if you're still here, like we'll chat some more and stuff." But it was just awesome that he took all this time, to hang out with us and show us around.
But it was
So
like, he's like, "Okay, you got to see this right here, and let me tell you all about it." And he's like, "Oh no, but go over here now, and I got to tell you all about this thing." I'm like, I love this
yeah, and
because when you go into a museum, it's basically just looking at items and looking at the description of the placard or whatever is there to tell you about it. But we had a person telling us, "Here's the history of this thing here," and it's just
yeah, it was so cool.
feels like I learned a little bit more that way.
And that's always one of the highlights of doing any of our adventures, is like meeting the people behind all of the magic. So,
And of course, we don't announce ourselves. We don't tell them ahead of time. Like we go as if we are going
yeah, just
as any person just going. Like we don't say, "Dear blah blah blah, we are going to show up and we are going to look at your museum and then we're going to make a video." Like we don't do that. So it was just it's cool how it naturally just happens that way. And it happens that way quite a bit.
yeah, a lot of times where you
Uh,
just, you talk to these, whether it's a museum CEO or it's a small business owner, just there are so many great interactions that we've had just talking to people. I mean, there's even been people that are there just enjoying whatever event that we're at that will see, that we have a camera or mics and ask us questions about, what are you guys doing? Or like, what equipment do you use? And
mhm,
it's just really cool, having interactions just with people and
mhm.
asking them, like, hey, what do you like about
Yeah.
this place that
Like
we're
tell us
at? And
about
like,
your favorite place to eat because we want to go get some lunch after this.
yeah, like when you go here, what do you normally order? Because
Yeah.
I want to try whatever, you
Yeah.
think the best thing is.
All right. So March, St. Patrick's Day is coming up. So we tried to find some information on if there's any parades here in the Tulsa area, and we didn't find any, but we did see that there's one in Oklahoma City. So we might be going to Oklahoma City and live streaming that parade. But if one does pop up in Tulsa, if anyone knows of one that's happening in Tulsa, we'll stay local. But like we heard that there's one definitely happening in Oklahoma City, which is a little like right around 2 hours away from here. So um and then
We have all kinds of comments coming in from Kevin here. He's asking about let's see. Yes, Tulsa does have there's the Tulsa State Fair.
that's in September.
Yes, normally in September.
So like it's like hashtag 11 days of awesome. But it's in September and it's still really hot here in September. So we didn't do a video on it this last time, but we did one two times.
Year before last.
2024
Year before last.
we did one. Yeah. But yeah, it's here. It is here.
So for St. Patrick's Day, what we were seeing is that there is the OKC Stockyard. I
I
think
think that's where the
we're
area is.
not very familiar with OKC. We've been out there one time so far since we've lived here. But it's not because we're like OKC haters. It's literally that there is always stuff going on around Tulsa.
Yeah.
So we're trying to focus on our local area before we,
Yeah.
expand out too far. And we don't want to make it so it's like, oh, now we're only doing Oklahoma City. We're trying to, like
But Oklahoma City
keep things going
has
for where we're
so
at.
much cool stuff that I want to see. So we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yes, we have a German Shepherd that came to say hi to us. So
So she was probably taking a nap. She's
She
over there.
was.
The Tulsa Irish Fest is also coming up. It is March 13th through the 15th, and it will be around
Did
the
you see
Cabin
that?
Boys.
You're just jealous that OKC beat the Pacers. We will not bring that up. Pacers are the best
Andrew
always.
Clark. Do not rage bait him.
Not gonna do it.
Tulsa Irish Fest is at Cabin Boys Brewery off the Utica Avenue. I think there's multiple locations of Cabin Boys Brewery here in the area, but it's like you got to get tickets. There's a lot of things that are going on in those handful of days.
We
if
have
you're
not
interested,
been.
we have not been. If we're going to Oklahoma City for that parade, we probably will not be going to the Irish Fest, but we're undecided at this point. Just wanted to put that out there if anybody was wanting to check in on tickets or see what's going on with that. Coming up in Sapulpa, TP Drive-In is starting their I think they're just
up,
starting
yeah.
back. It's a movie drive-in.
It's a historic classic. I mean, Route 66 staple.
Well, it just
TP
kind of got
Drive-In.
redone here recently, but it's one of those Route 66 things in Sapulpa. Here at the end of the month, our zoo here in Tulsa, the Tulsa Zoo, is doing Zoo-Lightful. I don't know if that's the full name, but that is what we wrote. That's what we wrote down. Zoo-Lightful, which is basically if you are in Kansas City area, is like Glow Wild. So it has all these nighttime.
It's like
light up
a lantern festival where they have these different light up lanterns that will resemble different animals or famous buildings. And I don't know, I always loved
that's
going.
kind of what it's going to be like.
I always loved going to the one in Kansas City, so I'm very interested in seeing what this version of it is like down here at the Tulsa Zoo, because that event is always cool.
Yes,
so
yes,
definitely looking forward to going to that.
So we are going to that, and what is it? What is our
Savvy Tulsa?
So we are part of Savvy Tulsa, which is a I don't know how to describe it. You can go and basically learn about Tulsa and become like a I don't know how to explain this.
It is the Tulsa Ambassador Program. So Savvy Tulsa is made up of different education modules about different areas of Tulsa history. It's basically a online course of just all things Tulsa. So it is sponsored by the city of Tulsa and Visit Tulsa. And if you go through all the modules, then you can become a member of the Savvy Tulsa group. And then they have different events where it's like, hey, this could be a sneak preview event where the Savvy Tulsans can go and check this stuff out ahead of time. They also have all kinds of different events where you can volunteer and help out to spread your knowledge of Tulsa. And for new people that come into the city, they have different like welcoming events. And there's also little pop-ups that happen around Tulsa that you can go to, which yes, like a Tulsa insider, basically.
Yep.
Yes.
But we did the class like a year ago.
It was, I feel like we had really bad weather or something.
Wow.
Why does everything come back to weather?
You don't say. We had some bad weather.
No, I think it was like an ice storm or something, because I just sat at the computer and I did everything in one day, and I took all these notes.
Yeah. It was really good. I'll just call it like an online class. It was a really cool online class.
And you may even see there's some clips that,
if you do sign up and do it,
some clips that two people you may recognize could or could not have filmed that may be in some of the training material. We're not sponsored. It just may have happened that they liked some of our footage, and yeah, you could see some clips of us.
Yeah.
So what do we got next?
Route 66 things. So we probably, since Route 66, it is the centennial this year, we'll probably be trying to get more videos out about Route 66, mostly focusing on Tulsa, because there's a ton of Route 66 things here in this area, not just Tulsa proper, but like this area. There is there's a statue we'd like to go cover and tell you the story about why it's there. The what do they call him? The father of Route 66. It's kind of centered around Cyrus Avery. But we kind of want to shift a little bit toward Route 66 and the Centennial.
There is going to be a Guinness World Record attempt for the world's longest vintage car parade
In May, at the end of May.
Yes,
but it's good to get the word out.
They are hoping to have over 3,000 vintage cars in the parade. I don't know what Sasha's doing.
She doesn't know either.
But that parade, they were saying that they're expecting it to be essentially side-by-side traffic coming down the street, and they're expecting it to take upwards of 4 hours for the entire parade to go by any given spot.
But what's funny about this is they're doing the age of the car. It has to be 1996 or older, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that's crazy because it makes you feel old.
But I think they're just like, okay, we want to make the record, so we're going to make it easier for some people to participate. But that thing's going to be awesome. We're already planning on, we're talking about May. We're supposed to be talking about March, but we're planning on doing a live stream.
Well, you said Route 66, and there's a lot of hype behind that. I mean, I hope it's just incredible.
I know. And yeah, getting the knowledge out. Okay, so with the nice weather, we just wanted to mention a couple of outdoor things that if you're interested and you're in Tulsa, checking out. Turkey Mountain is an outdoor recreation area with a bunch of trails, whether bike trails or just walking trails. We have not been there yet.
It's on the list. I'm telling you, when people say there's nothing to do in Tulsa, they are just completely wrong, because our list is gigantic of things to go out and do. And Turkey Mountain has been on our list since the beginning. We just haven't got to it yet.
It's either too hot or too cold, or there's tornado sirens going off. You never know. We just haven't made it there. The Gathering Place is an amazing outdoor park, and the River Rock is right there. So if you're wanting to bring your furry friend into Gathering Place, Wednesdays and Sundays are
pet-friendly
days for the Gathering Place. You can bring your dog any day on the River Walk, but just FYI. And then nice weather. I know Philbrook, it has a beautiful garden, and here coming up, I think it's March, April, they do like a tulip festival, or they just like, the tulips are just like insanely beautiful at Philbrook, which is a museum.
You also have Guthrie Green is also going to start having events soon. Guthrie Green is right there outside of the Bob Dylan Museum down in the Art District, and it's a very nice area to just go and hang out. They've got a big stage area set up where they'll have live music, and it's just very nice down there to just go and chill. It's also where Tulsa Mayfest happens, right in that area, and there should be, quite a few events that will start popping up down there.
The first FC Tulsa match, which is our soccer team here in Tulsa, their first home match is on March 14th, so that is in a week. Super exciting. They
made it to the championship last year. Unfortunately, they did not win the championship, but oh man, they were so good last year, and they almost won. It went not just to overtime, but it went all the way to penalty kicks, which that was crazy. I've never actually been to a soccer game before that had gone into penalty kicks, and it was just heartbreaking that was how the game ended. But FC Tulsa is getting ready to start back up, so I'm sure we'll be out there for a few matches.
We love going to those too. It's so much fun. The vibes are like amazing. I can't even explain it. If you've been to a soccer game and you hear the chanting,
I'm gonna take Sasha outside real quick.
Sasha's asking to go potty outside. So, but yeah, that's coming up. Farmers markets are going to be back soon. I know there's some in downtown Tulsa, but there's also some in just like local area cities as well. I know there's those, I think they're every weekend in downtown Tulsa. But that's it for like things that are notable for like coming up. But some exciting news. Actually,
What's the exciting news?
I think this has increased. In the last month, we have gained, I think it's a couple more since I wrote this down, but we have gained 15 subscribers on our channel.
Woo!
So that's pretty cool.
Welcome.
Yeah. So
We
excited.
appreciate all of you.
We're
We
excited.
hope you like our adventures.
We're excited.
We like to share all the cool stuff that we're doing with everybody.
We love doing this.
And inspiring people to go out and check out other things. So even if you don't live in Tulsa, like you could live, I don't know, North Dakota. But I just hope we're inspiring people to just go out and just check things out around where you live. I mean, if you have a local museum that you've never been to, like, give it a try. If there's a restaurant that you pass every single day on your way to work, on your way home, never been there, like, just go try it out. I mean, what's the worst that'll happen? You go there and you're like, oh, I'm not going there again. But what if you go there, you end up loving the food, or you end up loving the place that you go to, you meet the people there, they become friends, and then you're like, wow, I'm really glad like I took a chance and I did this thing. So that's what we're trying to do, get people out to just enjoy what is out there around you.
Yeah, because even if you claim that there is nothing to do wherever you are, I can guarantee if you tell me what city you live in, I will find something for you to do. So we mentioned the color challenge earlier, and I want to offer a challenge to you all, wherever it is, even if you're like, I'm not going to a vintage place or a thrift store or whatever, grocery store, home improvement store, whatever it is, wherever you're going, pick a color. And even if you're not taking photos of it to post it anywhere or anything, just pick a color and notice that color. I don't know. I feel like it brought a little bit more enjoyment to, even though I would have loved it, even if we didn't do the challenge. I don't know. It just made it a little more fun.
And you notice things that you otherwise like probably wouldn't have noticed, because you're going to spend a little more time looking and you're going to start picking up on stuff and be like, oh, wow. I would not even have noticed that thing was in this case.
Right.
If I had looked at it 20 times, like, would have skipped that item.
But here we are noticing it, all because of color challenge. So I did want to mention, I mean, we talk about books a lot, and I just wanted to mention, like, I started the Throne of Glass series. Finally, I feel like I'm the last person to ever start this series. I feel like I'm the last person to know this story. But I do this thing where I'll purchase all the books and they'll be on my shelf. And finally, I'm like, you know what? It's time. And I started this before the announcement of the new books that are coming out by Sarah J. Maas. So I'm thrilled about that. But I'm on the second book of the Throne of Glass series. And other things that I'm doing are I am playing my Nintendo Switch quite a bit. I love my Dreamlight Valley game.
So this section of the live stream is supposed to be, just personal things that we are doing outside of making YouTube videos and going to work every day. So I think you forgot to mention that part. So that's how we randomly got on books and Nintendo Switch.
Sorry, I didn't segue that very well.
Like Paul Blart.
Anyway, what are you reading? You're in between books. The
last book I had, it was an audiobook. It was not captivating at all. So I'm not even going to say what the title of it was. I gave it a chance because it was recommended. And
he refuses to not finish something. So there's also that.
I've never DNF'd a book.
Which is not finish.
Yeah, that I've started, because I don't want to start moving books into another category of categories on my book app. But it was a struggle because, the author just would start talking about something like not related to the story. But
sorry,
I am reading a book called Crazy is My Superpower. It is actually about it's a like biography about a
AJ.
wrestler,
Mm.
AJ Lee. I have a ton of books about different wrestlers and stuff, so I'm working on that. And really, what I've been spending all my time on since December, when I have free time, is
And when you feel like it.
I have
I
been
feel like you don't.
playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which is a medieval, like, just massive world RPG. It's so good. It's a role playing game. I'm a knight. My name is Henry, and I just go around and complete all these missions. But I put in 112 hours on it since the end of December, beginning of January. And I have a couple friends that also have the game that play on PC. So you don't play together. It's just a one player campaign game. But it's crazy how much time we've been putting into it and then just talking about it at work and what we were able to get accomplished and stuff. So yeah, I've almost maxed out my guy though. But I'm really excited about that. I'm 2 levels away from having it
Oh,
maxed.
Henry.
So yeah,
It's a
that's
fun game to watch too. So if someone else is playing it, and like I will just play on my Switch, but I like to watch that game. It's a fun one to watch.
so one question that I have for people is there is a lot of artwork around Tulsa on the buildings in the alleyways, just kind of all over town. I always see different murals and I'm interested in taking pictures of them, getting some video clips. I was thinking about at one point trying to put together like a really long video of just all of my favorite artwork that is around Tulsa. It's going to take a long time to do, and there's always new stuff popping up, and trying to make sure I've got all the locations and everything captured. It's going to be a
And
big
tagging artists and all
yes,
that.
it's going to be a
Yeah.
very big project. But if anyone would be interested in seeing something like that, that's kind of a like personal side project that I've been like, oh, I really want to do this.
Well, like I think it was last year. Last year, I was like, you know what? I want to share all the bookstores in Tulsa. So that was kind of my baby that I got, and of course, it's outdated already. But that was
So
mine.
so I may be, if people are interested, I may be trying to go around and capturing all of my favorite murals around the Tulsa area, giving the locations and the artists that I found, just kind of putting that all out there to see if, you know, if people are interested in it. But like I said, it's going to take a ton of work going around because you can spend hours just walking around downtown and trying
Welcome
to
to the
find
art
some
of
of
Tulsa.
these spots, and then also trying to track down who the actual artists are by their tags that are on the pieces is sometimes also difficult. So there's a lot of research to go into it and get all that piece together. But it's something that I thought about doing for a
It's
while.
more so like a passion project than an adventure, but it's still an adventure because there's other people out there, I'm sure, that would be interested in
And then I
seeing
have one
murals.
other very random one. Since it is the 100 year of Route 66, I just got a Model T Lego, and I was wondering, should I do a live stream building the Model T Lego set? So, if anybody would be interested in watching me put together a Lego set, I thought it might be cool, just put together and talk and I don't know, get some bonding in.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
my Lego
Sorry.
put you to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. I just think I'm not I'm not breathing as much as I should. I'm lacking oxygen.
So so maybe I'll build the Lego set. I think that would be a lot it'll be a lot easier than actually going around and doing the whole mural locator and getting all of the information for the artwork. But that's definitely something that I've been thinking about for a long time, is going around and getting different video clips of just all the great artwork that's around Tulsa. And I know that even if I think I have found everything, I come across new stuff all the time. And we'll be driving down the road. We were going down Route 66 not too long ago, right through downtown, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw something that I had not seen before, and we literally had to circle the block and come back around so that I could get some pictures of it, because there was a really awesome piece that somebody had just finished painting. The cones were still up. They had the caution tape out where they didn't want anybody getting too close to it. And I was like, oh, this is awesome.
Thanks, Kevin. I love all your comments over here. I'm seeing them as they pop up. But oh, funny thing about that one where he was like, new mural, and I was like, oh my gosh. That's basically what happened.
Yeah, Dana had just bought a plant and she was holding it, and
like
it was already in this little vase.
It was a baby pothos that anyway, we two-wheeled turned to go find this mural, and it's like a couple days later we see, because Sawyer posted it. He posted it on his Instagram, his personal Instagram, and I
was scrolling, and all of a sudden I go, wait a minute.
That's me.
And the business that had the mural painted on the side of it posted their security camera footage, and we're like, this guy likes our mural.
No, this guy loves our mural.
And it was literally their security camera footage of me with my phone out, like, ooh, let me get these clips.
Every time someone else comes by to take a picture of the mural, they've been posting it, so it's like a thing. It's hilarious.
Yeah,
because then you just see like a guy like hop off his like Harley Davidson, and he's like, or like
that
taking a picture. No, oh my gosh, it was so funny though.
Especially because I had no idea that like that was even out there, and I just scrolling. I was like, what the heck? It was awesome though.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I found a new artist to follow, and yeah, it was really cool.
We'll circle the block to find murals, so that will be a new bumper sticker.
Always. We're not really making bumper stickers. We don't have merch.
No merch.
All right. Do we have anything else?
I don't know. We've talked for almost an hour and a half now.
Oh,
holy smokes!
Way longer than I was expecting. We could do a quick Q&A if anybody has any questions. Maybe we'll wait a couple moments and see if anybody puts any questions in the chat for us. If there's anything you want to know about Tulsa, about any of our adventures, about what we're hoping to do, about how long it's going to take Danny to fall asleep once we're done with this today, because I think that's like the third yawn.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
What do we got? What are we most looking forward to in the next month? So that would be the month of March, which we're in. And I'm pretty excited about the St. Patrick's Day parade in OKC. When we lived in Kansas City, every year there would always be like a big downtown like St. Patrick's Day parade. And then we came to Tulsa, and I haven't heard of any, like, there's a couple different.
They have events.
Yes, there are events, and there's different Irish restaurants, and they like always have parties, stuff going on, and
do block parties.
But I haven't seen any parades, so I was excited to see OKC has a parade.
It is nuts because Tulsa loves a good parade.
Yes, I think it was Christmas, around whatever weekend it was in December where we were doing the Christmas parade live streams. There were 7 parades that I think I live streamed in 3 days. It was something crazy like that. There were just parades everywhere. So I'm really surprised that for St. Patrick's Day, there's not just like parade.
Well, when we did our quick search, we think the description, the AI just
I think
this isn't. And we're like, parade, because it was a parade was mentioned in like the top blurb, and we're like, no, I haven't seen anything about parade in Tulsa yet.
Yeah, I saw the thing. It said parades, and they had all these events listed. And then I looked through every one of the events, and I couldn't find parade. So I was like, maybe they AI'd it and they just threw the word parade in. So the only one that I've seen is the one that's in OKC. At least the only big one that I've seen that is close to us. There are a few other ones that I believe are out in Oklahoma. It's just some are much farther away.
Yeah.
So
I'm also looking forward to like the warmer weather. We try to take Sosh on, I don't know where she's at, WALKS as much as we can. That's one of her words. So if I say it, she'll start being super hype. and such.
Um,
I mean, that's a fantastic idea, Kevin.
I don't know if we have the resources to throw together our own parade. Maybe in the future.
Okay. I mean,
Can you
just
see me
like
dressed up as a leprechaun, like marching down the street to start the parade? I'd be the world's tallest leprechaun.
y'all. My gosh. My gosh. Okay. What else?
Yeah, the warmer weather. You said taking Sash for
Yeah.
walks.
Yeah, just I
We're in this period of time right now where it's like winter is kind of ending in Tulsa, but you know that summer's getting close.
Oh,
And
it'll go from like winter to summer in like 2 days.
and we've already had some days where we've hit
80.
right around 80 degrees, but then it might be like 80, then the next day it's 50.
Mhm.
And at some point we're going to get to where it's like, oh, well, now we have a random 90 degree. And then it's going to be like, oh, a random like 93 degree. And then it's going to be like, oh, every single day now is 90 plus degrees. And then it's
miserable. And what you guys don't see during those hot adventures is me being sweating and getting a little grumpy.
But that's why there's also a lot of outdoor, like there's so many outdoor events that happen here early in the year or very late in the year because it just gets too hot to do events in Tulsa when it's 90 plus degrees outside. So they do a really good job of trying to work around what they expect the weather is going to be like when they set those up. So even like the Renaissance Festival in Kansas City, is done at a time where if you did it in Tulsa, you would just be melting down here.
So it's like I think it's beginning of April. Well, April, Mayish is Renaissance Fair here.
So, and we've also had it where the weather is perfect or it can get really hot really quick too. So you just never know exactly what's going to happen with the weather down here. And when it gets really hot, you've got to think about that as you're planning your adventures to be like, well, if we're going to go adventuring, like let's try to do things that either have AC or in the shade, or maybe they're when it's either earlier in the day or later in the evening where you're not going to be just melting the whole time.
Yeah.
All right. Do we got any more questions? We have so many comments in the chat here. Any big trips coming up?
Not in March.
But in April.
Yep. Do we want to talk about that now, or do you want to talk about that in our next live stream?
We'll cover that in our next live stream. We don't want to give too much away.
But well, maybe not big trip. It is so
our 10-year anniversary is in April, so we are doing something special for it. We will be within the state of Oklahoma is our plan, but we won't give away what all we're hoping to do.
But I'm pretty stoked, pretty excited.
And at some point, so I don't know if this is going to happen this year or not. This is another idea that we have. So Oklahoma has the longest amount of Route 66 roadway through it as a state. And at some point, we want to try to travel the entire beginning to end of Route 66 in Oklahoma and just, document all the cool places along the way. There are tons of historic Route 66 landmarks, restaurants, hotels. There is a lot. There's so much history in Oklahoma based around Route 66. And pretty much any of the smaller towns that are around that have like a visitor guide. I mean, Danny has signed us up for like every visitor guide we can find.
I love a good
We've
visitor
tried
guide.
to start kind of mapping out, if we started up here, how would we want to, just line it all up
Because
so we don't have to keep going like back and forth because we're probably going to have to do the filming in pieces where like, hey, on this weekend we're going to go to this part, then the next weekend this other,
Mhm.
and figure out how to exactly get all the logistics down. But we want to try to put as much thought into it as we can so that way we're really like deliberate with what we're trying to do and we have a game plan so we know like
I have a binder. I
yes.
have a binder with tabs with every city that I've come across because this is absolutely crazy. And then what I've learned is there were towns on Route 66 back in the day that do not exist anymore. But like Route 66 traveled that, but there's just no town there anymore. I mean, they have like a pin on the map, but like there's no houses, no businesses, no nothing.
Yeah, but just due to how the other major interstates have just, been built since then, and you may have only had Route 66 that came through it before,
Mhm.
and then once they built this other highway, it just completely skips that town, which is basically, like from the movie Cars, where you've got Radiator Springs that was just forgotten, basically once
Yeah.
the new highways were put up.
So
So
sad.
but that's something that we're logistically trying to plan, but there is a whole lot to it. If you're trying to, even with just the state of Oklahoma, to go
Mhm.
through all of it and make sure that you're covering as much of it as you can at all of the towns along the way, because you could see a town on the map that you're like, oh, this is a really small town. Like, there can't be that much there. And they might have like 10 things just in that town
Yeah.
that are all very important to Route 66. And
Like the city, it's one of the first cities once you get into the state of Oklahoma is it looks like Miami, but it is pronounced Miami. And there are a handful of really cool Route 66 things in Miami. And I'm like, oh, we're gonna probably spend half or more of a day just there because you have a theater, you have a restaurant, you have I think Mickey Mantle's that might be in another town. All of my stuff is meshing together, but like in that area, there's just a handful of things that are like, whoa, that's cool. So you want to make sure you're not missing any of it and giving it the justice that it deserves. And oh my gosh, like this binder, guys, I haven't looked at it in a while because it's a daunting task. Oh my
and then
gosh.
also, since it is the 100 year again, we keep rolling everything back to the 100 year of Route 66. But there are a ton of improvements that are being done along the way in many of the towns right now, where they're like refreshing signage, or some of the roads are getting repaved, and they're just trying to get everything, like freshly renovated for the 100 year.
Mhm.
So I know in Tulsa they've had like different grants for neon signs and things. There's Sapulpa just redid their whole main Dewey Avenue, which is
But
their
it's
Route
Route 66.
66 coming
Yeah.
through. So there's a
Yeah.
ton of investment going on right now along Route 66. We've already seen, there's a lot of people that have just been coming through Tulsa, like trying to do their complete beginning to end Route 66 for the entire route, from Chicago to Santa Monica. And there are people, which is crazy, that come from all over the world to travel
Yeah.
Route 66, like just because that's how famous it is.
We're
So
trying, Kevin. We're trying.
yeah, there's a lot.
Our day jobs are very demanding as well.
There's a lot. And then also, one of the other things in a lot of these smaller towns, businesses aren't typically open on Sundays. So it's also hard to capture everything on just a Saturday. So makes it a little tricky, but we're
Yeah.
going to try to get as much of it captured as we can at some point and try to do, at least the full Oklahoma Route 66 adventure.
But yeah,
So
it's a lot.
I think that's all I've got. This was
Yeah.
way longer than I was expecting
Yeah.
us to go. I didn't think we'd be, almost at an hour and 45 minutes. But
Yeah.
that's what happens when you start talking about stuff you enjoy. You just keep talking about it.
It is true.
So, you have anything else you want to talk about?
I don't, but I want it.
Felt like 5
Well,
minutes.
we haven't seen you in forever either, Kevin. So it's like, it is like having a conversation.
We've seen quite a few of our, friends hopping on here, chatting with us. Anybody that's hopped on along the way, we appreciate everybody that watches our videos, that shares our videos, that watches our live streams, that sends us messages and says, "Hey, go check out this restaurant."
Or all the comments we got checking in to see how we were after our
the
post
tornado,
last
yeah.
night. That super sweet, super awesome. That I was like, oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
We were really just giving an update. We weren't trying to like get you worried or anything. We were just like, oh, we're in the laundry room. Sorry.
So thank you all. We will have a video out, at the end of the week. So let's everybody have a great March. Go out, like I said, go check out a place you've never visited before around where you live. Try a new restaurant, just go out and do something new in your community. And as always, we will see you on the next adventure.
Bye, y'all.